Hello guys and welcome back to Field of Glory Empires with our Saba playthrough. Looks like Rome's war with the Macedonians is done. I think they did probably take some stuff over here at the very least. They've been expanding up here at the same time. I don't remember Macedonia being detached like this, but there it is. There it is. Wow, Dacia's just like blends in with the terrain. They get along, so I don't think that was a thing. Maybe... No, the Antigonids, I don't know, like maybe they traded some land or something. Because the Antigonids feel like they're cannibalizing Macedonia. Which is maybe good, maybe bad. Really depends how you look at it. Macedonia is going to fall apart. Rome's going to keep growing, naturally. These two are going to meet one day. But maybe I will end up at war with the Antigonids before then. Who really knows? I don't. Either way, it is kind of my problem. But it's not my current problem. But I was curious about it, so I looked at it. We've already gotten somewhat started on this turn, somewhat. Got a preserved food store over here, finally. One in Arabia Felix. I'm building a lot of these now, like in a lot of places. Hey, a preceptor house. That's really good. Ooh, it's so hard to say no to regional roads. It's so hard to say no to that. Especially because it doesn't use a slot, and we only have one slot available here. Give me those regional roads. That'll give some population some time to grow. I feel like I should move some more dudes over to food, to be honest, but I won't. A cult site's been finished over here. Yeah. Okay. That's all fine. That's all fine. There's new population in Salma. Salma. Yeah, I mean, that's in a good spot until that orchard gets built. A public works has been finished here. Good. I still can't believe there's places that don't have this somehow. Ooh, this is weird. This is an interesting setup. Well, the charcoal pile wouldn't be terrible. The cult site would at least give me some culture, but the conversion bonus not really needed. It can be upgraded later, which we've seen has nice benefits, nice bonuses. I'll put the cult site here just because nothing else stands out to me right now as being super worth it there. Yeah, nothing really to pay a bunch of attention to. New population has been grown here from healthcare. We're building a worship place. I think this spread is pretty decent, if you ask me. Regional roads done over here. I love me some regional roads. I could get a worship place. I don't have any culture buildings here at all. Loyalty bonus would be very useful here. Yeah, give me that. We got a new population at Citizen. Immediately went on to food. Understandable. I could get a granary. This gives so much food. 20 food. Or a gladiator school. This place doesn't really need loyalty. Everyone's very happy here. Everyone is very, very happy. Oh, wow. Could get a weaver shop, which can earn me a lot of money. Honestly, a lot of these look pretty cool. There's the charcoal pile, and we do have lumber here. That's some infrastructure money. Very simple. That granary, though, it's like calling to me. That's just so much food. It does cost some infrastructure, though. I think I'll build it. I'll build that, and I'll move the guy that's on food right now to culture, just so we have someone on culture. I find it funny we have a slave. The slave is on infrastructure. I'll put you on food. This is part of a province, so I can spread things out a little bit. Seed storage has been built just next to that, so that's a bunch of food. Ooh, baby, that's a bunch of food. I could get the Orientation Tribune here, which would help with loyalty. We do need more loyalty here. And culture in general is not a bad thing. I'll take that gladly. Tavern's been built next to that, and we could go for the pleasure house immediately. I would like the loyalty, but we can't make money. We don't have perfumes. That's actually kind of a tough one. Get an armorer. We don't have leather. We don't build leather like anywhere. There's nowhere where we actually make leather. There's only 2 slots available. I'm probably just going to do a 1-turn build of this clear water, get some health, make the food worth more for population growth so I can move some citizens to other things like, for example, infrastructure to help spread that a little bit better throughout the province. That seems good to me. Having another person on culture would also probably be good, but for now, just clear water, move 1 person. We built a farm next to that. A lot of food here. We don't need anybody on food in terms of citizens. Certainly not at this point. I could upgrade that already to a large farm. Doesn't consume any slots. That sounds amazing. And it produces grain. You what? I'm so confused by this. What? I'm a little confused by this. I forget, did grain come from anywhere else? Like granaries, right? I don't know at this point. I'm very confused. There's also the opportunity to get a palisade, which is hard to say no to, but 0 slot usage, more food. This is pretty nice. And then produces grain, which I don't really know if I produce much of any of at all. I can't really say no to that. Was upgraded from farm or Claros. Can be upgraded to plantation. Interesting. That's 12 turns though. That's a lot. I'm going to do that though. Yeah, I'm going to get that. We're going to go for that. That's fine. That works with my setup. We also built a charcoal pile over here. It's a little bit of infrastructure. A public works. We don't have a fucking public works. Give me a public works. We have a tavern. We don't have a public works. Incredible. We took care of this stuff last episode, so don't need to look at any of that. Movements are already in place as we're pretty much gearing up to go after Palmyra. Because, well, we can. It's really that simple. We can. We're not in a golden age right now. So this is our not golden age situation. 555 money income, actually really useful. Military upkeep has gone down. I don't know why, but it has gone down. We're already set to free some slaves. That might cause some loyalty problems. We could almost certainly afford a 4th military, a 4th land military. Speaking of this stack right here, it lost its general. These guys don't really need generals, to be fair. This guy gives a movement bonus though. That's kind of the main thing I care about. Defense rating and penalty kind of cancel each other out. I'll give them that. It really does seem like these guys just kind of like train in the background anyways, so any penalty from that is not really that problematic. I'm giving them the old ones because they're not going to fight very often anyway. Definitely, I would love to get a 4th land military up. I think that would just give me some more versatility in general. That would be quite a task. Especially considering I'm going to want 10 more Abyssinian archers, which is going to be over 3,000 money to get. That's kind of like the big thing. Probably going to be closer to 4,000 when you account for the fact that I can't build them all at once. Each row of this is 5, so this is a full 10. Yeah, so like 1 is just going to have to be built kind of more expensive with that setup. But the manpower's there, the metal's there. I would gladly set this up this way. Don't know which Cameliers I'll give them. I don't know. I haven't gotten any new special Cameliers, so I can't really go by that naming scheme anymore. I could probably name it after Abyssinia Minor. So yeah, I could probably name it after that. So that's those paid for. I can afford this, and I know it would be handy sooner or later. And I'm pretty confident I can get it up to my standard. We'll use the ones from Saracina just because there's normal Cameliers. Well, you know what I could do, which is funny. I could do 4. I could build 4 of these, swap these into the Arabia Felix army, and then this is fully Saracina. Oh wait, no. It wasn't this, the Saracina one. And then it's fully Saracina and no normal Cameliers at all. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't. Regardless, one of these is going to have to be doubled up on anyway. So, right now, I'm running 4, 6, there's 2 more, 8 Cameliers, which means I would need to make 8 Cameliers. Okay, so that's 4. So then we do 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 Cameliers paid for, all of like 1 type. So that's pretty good. And then you need 6 regular infantry and then 6 heavy infantry. And I think we can get that pretty well from here. I don't see the need for going for any cavalry or anything like that. And the warships don't seem worth it at all at the moment. I have no sea threats at all, really. Although, even a tiny fleet could shut this area down completely. But hey, look, Ethiopia kind of does that by themselves. But shut them down from what? What would need to pass through there? This isn't modern day. It's not an important strait at all. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 regular infantry. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All collectible. in a single turn, by the way, because this place is just so good at recruiting units. And that's a whole nother stack paid for. Kind of 2 turns needed to get it all up and running, but I mean, it looks good to me. I don't think these skirmishers are really needed down here at this point. I'm going to move them up to here since we're moving that army out anyway. And yeah, we don't have the loyalty problems here that we used to have. It's not that big of a deal. I question if even leaving these guys up is remotely worthwhile. I don't know if it is. I'm really not sure. You can see the upkeep is only 24 money, 24 man. The manpower is kind of the big thing, right? The money is not the biggest thing, I guess, if this is what we're making right now. Because I could just say, okay, get rid of these skirmisher stacks and then replace them with something better. I could use the same logic to justify, like, swapping out these elephants finally, just entirely, and making them heavy infantry as standardizing them now that we can kind of afford that metal-wise. Speaking of, with all this building, I might actually need more metal. Acquiring more short-term won't be any problem, but I might want to keep my eyes out for another furnace at this point. But yeah, having just actual good armies in mass might become more feasible and a better idea at this rate. So we'll have to keep that in mind. But for now, we're going to proceed into the next turn. That's a lot of recruiting of stuff we're doing. It'd be interesting to see how our manpower handles. I mean, I could just look at one of our other stacks to see how manpower's handled. But I might start getting rid of these small little skirmisher stacks. They're old news. They're not needed. Just like the elephants. The elephants are kind of annoying me. More and more as time goes on. They are very much annoying me. I have a new ruler. My old ruler died. New ruler Scopus. He has good military and that's really his only trait. Alright. That's good. By default, we don't really have that much of a military expertise rating, so... Slave markets. I think I'm going to buy slaves at this point. Yeah, we could use some. I could gather food. I usually don't like this. Yeah, it's usually not great for me. Develop infrastructure. Usually also not great for me. Yeah, no thank you. Oh my god, and now all the rest of my money is gone. Because in Bina, a royal tomb has been built. In Bina. Really? In Bina, a royal tomb. I mean, I'll take it. Decadence reduction is good. Legacy's good. It took like 6,000 money from me, or 7,000. It takes like 95% of your money. I swear to God, it's crazy. I don't know how it determines what it takes, but it's terrifying. Regardless, okay, yeah. And culture, decadence reduction, legacy, this is really good. And we still have the other one. There's still a royal tomb over here. My original one's gone. These are good buildings, and I'll take it, sure. Abandoned local palace was deconstructed over here. That's good. Freeman law, that's loyalty problems, but killed by a wild animal while he was with his hunting retinue. What an interesting way to die. But didn't Alexander the Great die at the age of like 23 from a fever? Damn. You know, Rome might not have existed in that scenario, huh? Let's do a quick loyalty check now that we've freed some slaves. Hey, look. Extra population. That's nice. Land expansion. That would be very nice. That would be very, very, very nice. Slot usage -1. Yes. Yes, please. That's like the main priority there. Guaranteed. That's what matters. Down here, there's also a new population. 2 at once. Why are they Semitic? Why are Semitics appearing down here? I don't know how they got here. Whatever. So, okay. Even with infuriated slavers, Homerate's loyalty is doing great. I think I want to get the spinning mill for wool. It'll generate more money from other things. It may be lacking cotton. This is made up for the fact that it makes other things better. We don't really make cloth. I would love to get the pleasure house. We have perfumes. It does increase decadence, but the loyalty is just not really needed. Out of all of these, and there's some good ones to be had. Even the public bath benefits from perfumes. It also gives decadence, which is funny. I think the spinning mills is probably like the best one. Holy mother god, look at my manpower generation's gone way down. Metal's gone way down as well. There's nothing here for metal. I'll take the spinning mill to get some production of cloth. And that might help. Slave market, preceptor house, done in these regions. Land expansion already. Well, I guess it makes sense. We'll do a land expansion. Sure, I'll take that. A lot of these places aren't building at this point. They're starting to get kind of full, honestly. There was a point where this is how well my capital area was developed, and, you know, points where it was not even this well developed. There's actually only one thing building. No, there's two things in these regions, and one of them is regional roads. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of catching up, this area, huh? That's nice. I'm happy about that. I'm pretty happy about that, yeah. We're just gonna muster this new army down here. I'm gonna, like, name it after Abyssinia. Abyssinia... Abyssinia? Sure. Abyssinia. Army? Yes. Abyssinia Army. Alright, apparently the other ones I just named them without the word army, but that's fine. That's okay. Don't worry about it. You guys will... yeah, just head down there. You just head down there. We'll just put all these guys into the new stack. It's fine. We'll gather them all up down here in the capital. Are you going at that guy proper? I don't even know. Go at this stack, please. Thank you. I like this general. Movement speed, offense rating, no defense rating, but, you know, 25. He's pretty good. I'm going to put Farrickson on this stack. Let these guys start training with Farrickson. Still need another turn on some of these things, but generally speaking, give it another turn, everything will be built. Give it another turn or two, everything will be kind of all in one place, and that'll be pretty good. Infrastructure was donated here. That's nice. Cult site was completed. That's good. Damn, look at that loyalty. It's from the infuriated slavers. Well, you could definitely benefit from the worship place. Yeah, you could. You could. I think that's what I'll do. Give me the loyalty bonus. Decadence here is not doing great. Naturally. With the things I've been building here of late, I'm not surprised. There's that Royal Tomb, new population in Saracenia. I feel like I need to word that differently to identify it better. Population growth is going to happen so long from now. I'm just going to put this guy in infrastructure to get this building up faster. Oh yeah, remember how I was going to buy slaves? Never mind, because I think it might just have... Yeah, no, just never mind, because we don't have the money for that anymore. So let's just disperse. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. We finished that worship place over here nice and quick. Looks pretty good if you ask me. I could get a crafter district here for some money. 0 slot usage. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Heading over east, we built that clear water that I planned to build. It worked out pretty well. The copper works, man. It costs a lot of money, but it does give you some metal. I could use some metal. We're kind of at that point. I've never built a copper works anywhere. I don't even have copper. I don't even know where you get copper. But I wouldn't mind the copper works. Theoretically, you know, eventually you'd put these things, like, everywhere, right? Needs an import of copper, will produce refined metal. I don't know if it'll even be active right now, but I'm going to make it. Sure. Infrastructure was added. That's really good, considering we're building that large farm here. That sped that up quite a bit, actually. Next to that, we could have the delicacy shop, which would make money and culture. It could be better. It could be better. We could also get infrastructure. That would be nice. Also more food from, like, cattle. That would be nice. Loyalty and money from the gambling ring would be nice. And it comes with a taxation bonus. This is a lot of things all in one. I think I'm going to take that. Yeah. We're going to get that. Doesn't give any culture, but it kind of goes in that same slot. Worship place done here. And we got another population. All right. Get a crafter district or a preceptor house. It's actually kind of, or a preserved food store. Oh, these are kind of hard to pick between. Also, you know, the preceptor house as well, because, you know, decadence reduction is very important, and some culture. This is a lot of really good stuff all at once. I really want the preserved food store the most, to be honest, but shit, man. I don't know. I can't really. I don't think I could justify it. I don't think I could. I've been ignoring things like the preceptor house a little bit recently. I've been adding a lot of decadence reducing things, or adding things. So let's get the preceptor house. I'm gonna focus that. We have enough building slots here to, I think, have that kind of a priority. Yeah. Put another guy on infrastructure as well in this zone. I think will be good. Assault house is completed over here. And yeah, nothing else really building in any of these regions. I don't think I would move any of these populations anytime soon. I am pretty content with them. Definitely some buildings will be done shortly. You're in place to attack. It's all the archers that are showing on these stacks now. You're in place to attack. You're in place. Our income and manpower is going to be really low once these stacks are done. Maybe even negative. The metal's negative, but that's a temporary problem that I'm not too concerned about. I don't see the need to actually get rid of these skirmishers just yet. They could still be useful. Could be. Right now I have them kind of babysitting places whose loyalty is not actually that great. Especially, you know, with infuriated slavers. I don't see anything that actually went negative from that, though, so that's good. I've been working more on getting loyalty buildings up. I'm quite happy with how this looks. Given that it takes a turn to start a war anyway, I think we're good to start this war. The Antagonids might not like me very much when I start attacking someone they're in cooperation with, but they're also in cooperation with Pontus. And Pontus is at war with the Antagonids anyway. So I'm going to declare this war on Palmyra right now, because we're going to be in position fully as of next turn. And then we're going to go ahead and hit end turn. Move over to the next turn. I was tempted to spin around and say, fuck it, go for Mace instead. They're beating up Maria. Maria might like me for that, but I want to take the objective to reduce my country age. There's an event that can help with that too, but I think this could just be pretty good in general. Ethiopia is still running amok the Nasamones. Their army is still detached, so I don't know how well that's going to be. Hey, looks like we got the Golden Age back. Yeah, I could see it in the money income already. Okay. Manpower's a little bit worse off, but it could be a lot worse than it is, to be fair. So, yeah, we can sustain this pretty well. Plus everything else that we've done. Very useful. Wait. Identify where the biggest enemies' armies are? Oh. You can see that in the ledger if they're not obscured. Expansionism. Yep. Did that affect anything dramatic? Not really. It really didn't. And Ethiopia got dragged in because we're very good allies. Blemmies got dragged in because they're my client state. I'm at war. Wait, what? Both to war against Garamantes. Why am I at war with someone in Africa? After delay. What the hell? You're in a lot of wars, huh? Well, I'm just going to offer you a white peace because I don't need to be at war with you. Spend metal? Metal. We don't need to spend metal. Emergency troops. If you destroy Palmyra, we will have the praise of generations to come. Sure. And we've now entered a golden age. Alright, that was a lot of stuff, like, all at once, man. There's that golden age. Alright, alright. Honestly, they don't stand a fucking chance. Let's be real. They don't stand a fucking chance. This is only defended by one unit, dude. I'm gonna be able to, like, show up, take it over, go to the next zone. Honestly, I question if they're gonna have enough food to support my armies. But we'll also send the Orientalis army over here westwards, and they're gonna take this. This has a lot of food. Oh my god, this has a lot of food, and a lot of pops, and a lot of buildings. Oh my god, why is this so built up? This is really built up. Jesus, and then, like, this isn't built up at all, and neither is this. But the rest of this is actually, oh wow, this is valuable. This is valuable. A governor's palace and a king's palace. I forgot that was a thing. Pleasure mansion. More stylish than the pleasure house. Please many citizens while providing money. I see. Damn. Can be upgraded to pleasure district. Oh god, I didn't know it expanded that much. There's roads over here. This is crazy. This is way more built up than I thought. It's all Semitic. I'm going to be taking over some very useful, large things. Especially if I take it over all in one go, which is kind of the idea here. I also do want to try to replace these elephants at some point. That's still on my list of things that I want to try to do at some point. Do not want to accidentally press that. Maybe we probably want a little bit more manpower metal before we do that. I have some sources of that coming along. Some. Nothing too special here. I would say, what is this? Iranian citizen? Where are these motherfuckers coming from? Maybe it's a freed slave. Maybe. An extra population over here means that we could build something here now. I think the orchard's a pretty good bet for expanding this. We could build a noble district, but it's really not necessary. I'm going to move you to infrastructure, let's say. And the orchard will make up for any other differences in food. There's also a new population here where we have way more food production than infrastructure. A school, 0 slot usage, decadence reduction. Very, very useful. I'm definitely going to take that. Move this citizen down to infrastructure. We could use more there. Extra population here as well. A lot of this stuff firing all at once. The preserved food store stands out to me the most. Definitely the most. Yes, we're going to get the preserved food store. That's what we're going to get. And I'll move this citizen down to infrastructure, I suppose. It's sufficient. Seems sufficient. Saba army here is done. Let's go ahead and merge that into this army. Looks good to me. Same thing with you. You're done. Merge into that army. Those should all be gathered up next turn, I think. This is, well, maybe 2 turns. Yeah, 2 turns. Maybe. We finished building a palisade here. Yeah, that was kind of pushing it already. A public works. Ooh, that would be so good. I'm going to build that. Fishery. We don't even have a public works here. Nor do we have the option. We could get a coastal market. That's food. We need infrastructure, man. Infrastructure. We could also use some culture and other things. None of these things are like infrastructure. It's kind of sad. Kind of sad. I think I'll just build the coastal market. It's very quick to build. We can kind of get on to the next stuff as soon as possible. Might need to put, like, slaves into infrastructure at this rate. What it feels like. Regardless, let's see here. What did we build here? A public works. Ayy. We need more of these down here. Oh, look, another coastal market. I mean, not bad. Fortune teller would also be nice for the loyalty. I'm going to build the coastal market. Let's get some more food. A lot of food will be ending up down here, which should hopefully help the growth of population, thus hopefully helping other things. We're getting more food production here. Let's put this all on infrastructure to try to make the spread a little bit better in the whole province, because it could be better in the whole province. This place produces a lot of infrastructure. This one's definitely helping, but a lot of food production is increasing, and I would like to help that. A salt house has been built here. A lot of food. Yeah, I could build a crafter district. That's 0 slots. Or a worship place. Both of these I would very, very much like. Also, the brickwork would be pretty efficient as well. I'm going to build the... Ooh, you know, it's tough, but I'm going to build the crafter district. Put you on infrastructure. Next to that, worship place has been finished. And we have some options. Oh, boy. For Arabia Desertia, I'm going to build the brickwork. We do have access to stone. It should work out pretty well. We got the wheel maker just next to that. There's a furnace we could build. We know we need metal. I've been looking out for one of these. Yes, so we're going to build the furnace. We're going to build that there. Interesting place to have it. A wheel maker just next door has been built. Ah, man. I'm going to build the... Ooh, this is tough. Well, I just prioritize the crafter district somewhere else. Let's get the worship place here. Because we need a lot of these in these areas that are building up. We do have access to the wine. This place could definitely use loyalty. I'm going to build that there, guaranteed. Because we could definitely use that. Alright, and now up north we have a farm has been built. I could build a royal treasure. I don't want that nearby a border. I don't. Is that like so weird? I don't know. We have 2 slots available only. Loyalty's okay. I think upgrading the city walls would be pretty useful. We have like nothing really helping infrastructure here at all. That farm kind of means that I could move this citizen down here to infrastructure. Yeah, new population has been spit out over here. It looks pretty decent. We could use more emphasis on infrastructure, I think, just overall in this region. So I'm going to move that there, and then nothing else too special over there. I almost missed this ranch that's been built out in the desert. That helps. And, oh, another one of these choices to make. I'm going to... We have so many slots available. Loyalty's fine. I'm going to build the wheel maker to try to get some more infrastructure into this because, you know, we have everything we need. We always have that lumber. That lumber spreads very well. And that's everything built. And with that, I think we have a nice full episode. So I'm going to end this one here. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.